chargeless. The people them a shout, real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth.
Pressing on in the morning as we always do on Real 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. And as I say, yeah, pressing on in the morning. Now, we always press. This morning, helping us keeping the momentum going is none other than our sister Annette, and she is going to lead us in prayer. Good morning, Sister Annette.
Good morning to you, my brother. And good morning to everyone who's listening on the different platforms. Father God, it's indeed a privilege and a blessing to behold the beauty of your creation another day, Lord. Thank you, God, for always watching over us. Thank you for because you're a God of love, you're a God of compassion. We thank you for your mercies and we thank you for your loving kindness. Even as the psalmist declare, it is better than life. My lips shall praise thee. Thus will I bless thee while I live. I lift up my hands in your name. Father, even as we come to your throne this morning, we realize that we have all sinned and come short of your glory. So, God, we need your pardon. We need your forgiveness. We need your mercy. So, God, we ask you to cleanse us from sin and all unrighteousness. Anything, Lord, that we say and do against you is sin, God. And God, you say to him that knoweth to do good and do it evil, it is a sin unto him. So, God, we are all prone to do sinful things because of that sinful nature we inherited from Adam, Lord. They say, but in as one man, sin came into this world, even through one man, the righteousness of God has been applied to us all. And we thank you this morning, even when you look down on us, so many different persons, individuals, so many different personalities, God, but you made us, you said in your likeness and your image. And you made us so we can have a relationship with you this morning. And God, we thank you for the cross because then we remember the cross. That is where, God, again, you reconcile man to yourself. You brought us back into a right relationship. So even as we approach your throne this morning, we can see those of us who have cleansed our heart from sin and desire to live righteously, Lord. You look on us as if we have never sinned because you don't see us in our own sinful clothes. You see us through the blood of the crucified lamb and you see us just as we have never sinned. We always see this word justified, just as we have never sinned. I will thank you because there's mercy, there's pardon, there's forgiveness in you, Lord. Father God, today we lift up our nation to you, lift up our hearts to you, Lord. And God, we just ask you today that you just go before us in every situation, Lord. Some of us might be going through difficult situation, hard, and sometimes we're looking for a way out. We don't even know where to go. But God, help us as we just look unto you. You say, come unto me, all you that are labored, burden and heavy laden, and you will give rest, Lord. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. God, you're the one who always asks us to cast all our cares, all our anxiety upon you, because we know we can find help and we can find strength. So when we go through the day and we make the burdens press us and the cares distress us, God, is because we haven't found that time. Take that quiet moment to just to just bring our hearts to you and all our cares. And you are always there to listen. You say, seek me and you will find me when you seek after me with your own heart. Sometimes we think, God, you are so far away. You're above the heavens of heavens. But God, help us to recognize this morning. Your presence is everywhere. You're omnipotent. You're the all-wise God. You're the all-knowing one. And there's nothing that is hidden in secret that you cannot see, oh God, this morning. You can see that heart that is broken, that is frustrated this morning. And God, I pray that they don't have the strength and the the desire to come to you this morning, even because your spirit bear witness with our spirit, those of us who know you. And those, God, we still have a part of us that could relate to you, God. Even in the brokenness of our situation this morning, we can cry out. We can just lay down our hands, and God, we know you intercede for us. You come before the throne of God daily on behalf of your children. And God, I pray that you lift up those who are wounded and feel perplexed sometimes, feel bound, Lord. We pray today that you would lose captive. You see, whatsoever we bound in the heaven, we bound on the earth. Where people need a release, where they need a deliverance, where they need a touch today, Lord, where they need healing, where they need strength, where they need encouragement. Oh God, today you won't just be that the paracletus of the Holy Spirit. You just hover around them because you said He's the comforter. When He's come, He'll lead us and He'll guide us into all truth because He would not speak of Himself. And you said the Holy Spirit is the one who brings conviction to men of sin and of righteousness and judgment to come. So may the Spirit of God take your reign today in our nation. Break hearts that are stony, break hearts that are, you know, wicked. Sometimes I like to use the word wicked because we have wicked ways in us, God. Sometimes we don't tell ourselves we're wicked. But sometimes the things that come out inside of us and the things that we desire, the things we do, you call it wickedness in your sight. And I'm not perfect. There may be wicked ways in me, but even as the grace of God come into my life, it changes that and make me to be a better person. And God, even as we pray today, we're not going to offer condemnation to everyone. You see, condemnation comes to people because light has come into the world, but men choose darkness rather than light because the deeds are wicked. And this is the condemnation you said that the light has come, but men continue to walk in darkness. The light of Christ, it could shine into your heart this morning. So God, we do not condemn them. Help them to know that they are the ones who put themselves under condemnation, under your wrath, because they fail to turn from the ways that they know that they should turn from and to serve you. Father, this morning, may the peace of God reign in our nation. May love and togetherness reign from shore to shore, Lord. Where there's art, where there's things against each other, Lord, help us to be able to bring it to you first. But you said if you bring it to you and you have your brother in your heart, how dwell the love of God in you? And if we fail to forgive, how do we expect you to forgive us? Even the Our Father prayer said, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory of thine. Amen and amen. And this morning, we just want to bring all our burdens, all our cares upon you this morning. Give us a blessed and productive day, whatever our hands find to do. Help us to do it with all our heart and all our mind, not just for those who are over us, our bosses, but God will do it because it will be pleasing in your sight. Give a good day's work for a good day's pay, Lord. And I pray, God, that you will order our steps, guide and protect us from accident, harm, danger. Cover, Lord, we pray from land, from shore to shore. And God, we're just begging you, even as we are in the front of the hurricane season again, Lord, we just asking you for your continued mercy and your continued help. God, give us help from trouble, but vain is the help of man. He says, some trust in chariot, some trust in horses, but we'll remember the name of the Lord, our God. And remember you today as our strong tower, our habitation, where we can always feel sheltered, Lord. So, Father, we give you thanks and we give you praise today. Bless everyone, bless Real FM, and cause it to be a beacon in the north. Continue to bless Mr. Donald's station, and not only him alone, but the others, Lord, so that they continue to be a beacon of light and hope, even as they bring the gospel and other different programs that will lift people's spirit. In Jesus' name I pray, thanksgiving. Amen and amen.
Amen. Good morning, sister. How are you?
And good morning, Mr. Dada.
You good?
Yes, I'm good.
Long weekend it was, girl. Long weekend it was.
I went to Hermitage yesterday.
What was at
They had
Hermitage?
a evangelical church. They had a sports day and fun. It was nice.
I guess you all having things and don't invite me. That's good. I like to stay home. I like to stay home. And then I call
Dr. Rodney, not me.
who? Rodney? Who is Rodney?
That's Pastor James.
I don't know that guy. I really and truly don't know that guy.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
How was your day?
Quiet. Home. Quiet and
Okay.
home, and then quiet and then
There.
home.
Okay, that's good. Take some time to relax.
I
That's
tend
good.
to just relax most on these days. I think it does me better. It really does me better
Mm-hmm.
to just just chill.
Yeah.
To chill, it really does me better to just chill it out and just watch it go by. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it does me better to do that. But I'm good. Other than that, I'm good. The cold has been really, really fighting a battle with me. But I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm happy to say
getting
that
over.
the cold is fighting a losing battle. A losing battle. Yeah.
Yes.
The cold can't handle me right now. The cold can't handle me. It's there. the I call it like this. When you get the cold and then there's a runny nose and the sneezing and all these sort of things, and then
Mm-hmm.
it gets to what I call the mature stage. And I must say,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my friends sent me Bush like big time and Glen Lake Glee and honeysuckle and all sort of things they sent me. And I did
So you boil
some.
a big pot.
Well, not a big pot. What I do is that I do some every time. The only time I didn't do some was this morning, because I was kind of in a little rush,
Okay.
so I didn't do any this morning. But because I'm doing it with such frequency, what is happening is that
Mm-hmm.
there are times when it brings up a lot of mucus that's down there still. It
That's
causes
good.
me to
Yeah.
cough and bring out
Mm-hmm.
the mucus. And the beautiful thing about it with all of this is that the cough is with no pain in the chest or anything like that. So that's beautiful too. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll sound a little bit stuffy still, but worry not. I'm on the mend. The cold losing the battle. That is all
Mm-hmm.
I say. The cold is losing the
I'm
battle.
happy for that.
So my dear, take
So
care of
have a good
yourself.
day.
You too, and tell Terry hello for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay then. Bye
Okay.
bye. Right. Good. It's real. It's 91. Good morning, Grenada, Caribbean. Good morning. How you guys doing? Trust that everybody's doing fine. So, Rodney, strike one. Ha ha. Strike one, Rodney. Strike one. And that one is against you, bro.
Silence the struggles we face.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun.
Too often, customers are counted but not valued. like mere numbers, statistics, transactions. But at Flow, we're prioritizing you, our valued customers who have been with us through every milestone, every moment. That's why we're putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers claim up to $400 in rewards for smartphones, groceries, and more when you add mobile to your current internet plan. Because loyalty isn't a one-way street. At Flow, loyalty flows both ways.
Expert nail technician wanted. Looking for a skilled nail artist who specializes in acrylic, gel nails, stunning nail art, and luxurious pedicures. If you can turn nails into masterpieces, I want you. Creative braider needed. Need a talented braider who can slay cornrows, locks, and braids, and all the latest styles. If your hands can work magic with hair, let's connect. Hit me up or WhatsApp me 403-4421. Let's create something amazing together.
The new National Party NNP New York Support Group presents the best of the best. You have waited long enough for this one, and now it's here. Saturday, June 21st, an all-exquisite affair, an enchanting evening of elegance, 9 p.m. at Carib Hall, 1963 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Music by DJs Jude and Small Clothes. Dress formal for what will be an experience of a lifetime. Delightful dining and dancing. Entertainment galore. Share elegance. Tickets $100. Meet and greet the stalwarts of the new National Party. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Party Chairman and former Prime Minister of Grenada, the new NNP political leader, Honorable Emmeline Peer, and Deputy Political Leader, Senator the Honorable Nolan Cox. You just can't afford to miss this. Contact Aisha Olivier, 917-520-3164, Cathy Albert, 347-262-6818. Wendy Maguire, 917-602-1476. PD Francis, 917-642-7187. And Sharon Caesar, 862-234-0879. It's a 2025 annual NNP presentation to the max, just for you.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tuning on the spice.
Let's rock it in the morning and say good morning, Drumsticks. What's up, girl?
Hello, good morning to you. And how are you?
I'm getting better. I'm there. Thank you.
Okay, what do you want to use?
What?
Honey and lime.
Yeah,
And,
that's part of it too, yeah?
peppermint oil. You must get an inhaled peppermint oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, love.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation again. I read from the Word of God, Psalm 90. Lord, thou art been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or even thou hast formed the earth, and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. Thou trustest man to destruction, and said, Return, ye children of men. For 1,000 years is like hour, but as yesterday, when it is past, and as the watch in the night. This is the end of the scripture this morning.
Well, thank you, my dear. And how was your weekend?
Just good, just good.
That's good. Wonderful. Nice to hear. And the girls good?
Everybody all right.
That's wonderful news. So take care of yourself, my darling.
You have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Drumsticks, never a morning without her. Well, there's sometimes, we don't hear her, but we know that she's there. She's such a wonderful, wonderful lady. Yeah, has some lovely children. I've met maybe two, with all of that, only two I think I've met. Never met one of the boys yet. Maybe I'll meet one of the boys one of these days. Or probably I met one of the boys and I don't know. There's that possibility. Andre is not very thing in the heady. So, what's up? The weather? Yeah, that's going to come in a couple of ticks. And I bet you this morning, doing the weather is going to be Jonathan Price. Yeah. I just think that it could be Jonathan this morning. No, I'm cheating. I called him at office earlier on.
The spice I hear the airwaves free.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Broadcasting from studios located Main Street Satires inside of beautiful historical St. Patrick. This morning, of course, as per usual, at around this time, we joined the Morris Bishop International Airport for the latest on the weather. Yeah, finding out what is going to happen weather-wise for the next 24 hours. And to bring us up to speed with the weather this morning is none other than Jonathan Price. Good morning, Jonathan.
To you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday, the 10th of June, 2025, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Cloudy with showers in the vicinity. Winds are coming from the east at 15 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.7 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 27.9 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 80%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.8 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 25.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 3.5 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 6.2 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Canada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, windy and hazy, with light to moderate showers and a low chance of thunder. Today's max will be 30.5 degrees Celsius with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas will be moderate to rough with waves 6 to 9 feet in easterly swells, hence a marine advisory is in effect. Low tide will be at 9:30 a.m. and high tide at 3 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:31 and sunrise at 5:42. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, windy and hazy, with light to moderate showers and a low chance of thunder. From the forecast of Skyline Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jonathan, and yourself too. It's 25 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. Yes, and you've got it there weather-wise. Here's hoping that you paid attention to that. Yeah. Weather-wise, you should pay attention to the weather. It helps you plan the rest of the day. The day started already, but it gives you an idea of what is to come or what may come weather-wise. They're not always 100% correct. There are times that, things change, and even while Jonathan was speaking, there's something could have changed, and you wouldn't have been aware of it already as yet, and therefore you may find a slight change. No major change. No, a slight change, and you say, hey, how come they say no rain and rain coming? That's just a slight change that took place before you heard the weather. Now, remember that I did say to you, and that would have been last week, I did say to you that on 20 questions this morning, a little shift. Yeah, and you will find that all the time, because you would not find that all the time on 20 questions we have politicians and politicians and politicians and politicians. No. 20 questions we're taking as many as possible, and I'm also looking at having 20 questions on some mornings, having 20 questions with 2 different individuals. Yeah. This morning we'll be speaking to Jerry Tamer, who is now the manager at the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. And you'll get to know a little bit more about Jerry Tamer, so that when you hear about the Met Office, you're able to bond a bit more and respect what they do a bit more down there at the airport. So, good morning to you. God bless you, and thank you so very much for making Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com, for making us your choice on a Tuesday morning. Almost said Monday.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
The new Granville Credit Union debit card has made online shopping easier than ever. Quick, secure, and hassle-free. Just tap, pay, and shop with confidence. Get yours today.
Expert nail technician wanted. Looking for a skilled nail artist who specializes in acrylic, gel nails, stunning nail art, and luxurious pedicures. If you can turn nails into masterpieces, I want you. Creative braider needed. Need a talented braider who can slay cornrows, locks, and braids, and all the latest style. If your hands can work magic with hair, let's connect. Hit me up or WhatsApp me 403-4421. Let's create something amazing together.
Attention residents of St. Patrick, please join us for a crucial public forum to discuss the redevelopment and expansion of health services at the Sates Health Center. Learn about the exciting changes and the temporary relocation of services during the construction period. This Friday, June 6th at 6:30 p.m. at the St. Patrick Anglican School, High Street, Sates. Your voice matters. Be there to share your thoughts and get informed. See you there, Friday, June 6th, 6:30 p.m. Attention residents of St. Patrick, please join us for a crucial public forum to discuss the redevelopment and expansion of health services at the Sates Health Center. Learn about the exciting changes and the temporary relocation of services during the construction period. This Friday, June 6th at 6:30 p.m. at the St. Patrick Anglican School, High Street, Sates. Your voice matters. Be there to share your thoughts and get informed. See you there, Friday, June 6th, 6:30 p.m.
Well, Andre, what's up with you? That one is already gone. Well, I hope that many people did go out to it, even though they were told that the St. Patrick Anglican School was at High Street. No, it's not at High Street. Anyway, but that beside, Andre, just look for all these little things, yeah? That's nothing to worry about there. It just shows, as I was listening that ad there, I realized that, hey, what we did here on Real FM raised some awareness, hence the reason why they were able to have this function last Friday. And I love that. I really and truly love that. And I keep telling you folks that Real FM is not about pulling down government and causing chaos. No. Real FM is about development. And when you do things that are not supposed to be done, I'm not saying, I'm not any angel. Are you crazy? No. It's not like that. I'm not any angel, and it doesn't mean that I don't do things that should not be done. No. We are not, as an old man once told me, if you want to know if a person is a liar, what you have to do is look in the middle of their palm. And if you see hair growing in the middle of their palm, then that person is not a liar. But if you don't see hair, then you know that person liable to give you a lot of lies, okay? So I'm happy that this thing took place last Friday. I brilliantly didn't pay attention to it, but I'm really, really happy that this thing took place last Friday. And we need to have more of these things. Consultation. You can't just jump up today and decide that you're going to do something and nobody knows about it. So what we do is keep your feet to the fire and let you know, hey, as soon as you do something, a little bit closer to the fire so that you know, hey, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. But this morning, as I indicated to you, be speaking to Jerry Tamer. I already sent a link to him. Probably need to give him a little heads up that the link has already been sent to him. And or should I resend the link? Yeah, let's resend it again. So as to ensure that it's been sent. So No, Andre. Not that way. It's this way. Right. There's his address. And there we go. It's been sent again. Yeah. That email address has been sent again. So Jerry Tamer will be able to join us for the program 20 questions for today. You see my jacket over there? Or my blazer or whatever? Yeah, you see. Now you see it, now you don't. Too fast like me. Cynthia Bartholomew, top of the morning to you, Cynthia. How are you doing? And glad to know that everything is okay with you inside of Brooklyn. And Norma Felix. Where's Norma? Norma, do you know something, girl? I haven't heard from Monica in ages. I believe that she dropped me. Do you agree, Norma? Let me know if you agree. Because I haven't heard from Monica in like what? About 2 months? Well, that is not like her. I really believe now that she's dropped me. I believe that. Kathleen Knights and Desiree Joseph, good morning. How's Angel Map? Hi, Angel, good morning to you. Lorna Johnson, Jen, good morning to you also. And Desmond DeBellot. John Mark, how are you doing this morning? Jackie, how you doing, Jackie? Yeah, we've got a new member of the clan. That's good news. Really, really great news. New member of the clan. Okay, so good morning to my nieces and my nephews. You guys are scattered all over the place, but nonetheless, morning to you. And here's hoping that you are having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Francis Pear, good morning to you. How are you doing, my brother? Trust that everything is okay and trust that you had a great weekend. Shemaine Ragbasin, top of the morning to you. And Maria Marcel, how you doing, Maria Marcel? Trust that things are going okay with you. Yeah, I'm on the mend. I'm really and truly on the mend. Miss Matheson, good morning to you. And Christine Alexander, how are you doing this morning? Pearl Charles, yes, you're there. And nice to know that you're there, Pearl. And thanks for your continued support. Vera Wellington, good morning. And you, Vera, have a wonderful morning. Chrissy Batiste, hi and hello. What's up, girl? Yeah, Love Divine, have a wonderful day. So, let me just make a quick call to remind Jerry that we're on at 7:45 because I did send him the link and that he is able to access the link. And if not, then we probably just need to do a phone link. Yeah. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Caribbean. To the world, good morning.
Radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
In Grenada, we supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedlings and nursery supplies, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. We're serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call us on 409-2175 or 438-4337. Gittins Home and Garden Center, from your farm to your backyard.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun.
Remember when the lights dimmed and your heart skipped a beat? When the DJ dropped that song, your song, and suddenly you were gliding across the floor? Those magical nights at the community center, the laughter, the butterflies, the moves you practiced all week? Remember holding on to your dance partner, feeling the rhythm together as you groove to the music? That perfect moment when two people move as one, lost in the melody? That feeling is coming back. Back in Time Dance at the Birch Grove Community Center, Sunday, June 8th at 7 p.m. DJs Smiley and Smokles will spin the soundtrack of your life from your first slow dance to your favorite flow fillers. Singles $25, couples $40. Exciting prices await you at the door. It's not just about revisiting the past. It's about creating new memories while supporting our parish hall. Let's make this night sell out for our church. Back in Time Dance, where every beat unlocks a memory. June 8th. Be there.
It's not very many. It's not very often that I'm intrigued by the style of a commercial. No. Sometimes I just believe that they're just all same old. But this one that just played, listen to this, man.
Remember when the lights dimmed and your heart skipped a beat? When the DJ dropped that song, your song, and suddenly you were gliding across the floor? Those magical nights at the community center, the laughter, the butterflies, the moves you practiced all week? Remember holding on to your dance partner, feeling the rhythm together as you groove to the music? That perfect moment when two people move as one, lost in the melody? That feeling is coming back. Back in Time Dance at the Birch Grove Community Center, Sunday, June 8th at 7 p.m. DJs Smiley and Smokles will spin the soundtrack of your life from your first slow dance to your favorite flow fillers. Singles $25, couples $40. Exciting prices await you at the door. It's not just about revisiting the past. It's about creating new memories while supporting our parish hall. Let's make this night sell out for our church. Back in Time Dance, where every beat unlocks a memory. June 8th. Be there.
So again, that one's gone. And I missed it. It was on the 8th. Damn, I just realized that, hey, what's up with this, man?
Xpression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio, see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Quack Tribe. From Grand Ends to St. George's, the people them a shout. Real expression now, I let your heart pour out. Microphone to the
Joma as in Jeremiah, good morning.
91.9
Iva as in Holas, good morning. Jackie, I know you there, girl. I got you, you know that. Lucy Andrew, how you doing?
Mama shares her wisdom, makes them chant.
Yeah, it's 7:44 and
It's the struggle.
10 seconds. Yeah, we waited to make that link up, yeah?
Not making a rhythm, Coco.
Yeah, no, I did call. I just made a call there, and he's aware that yeah. So we like on target. I should see him appear shortly.
The people speak. 91.9, no weak heart, no meek. From Carriacou shores to the Crater Lake deep. Real expression loud and the nation loves. Lyrics are a temple. The DJ is the priest. Every song a sermon, every word released. No censorship, no chains, just the soul laid bare. Grenada's heartbeat pulsing through the FM here. When the storm take the island, the signal still repair. Real FM 91.9, the sound of prayer. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada voice rise, rise. Real expression, real vibration. 91.9, the soul of the nation. Keep the frequency alive, no hesitation. Grenada's voice rise. Real expression on 91.9 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see.
Yeah. Yeah, me there, yeah. Oh, that's what I said. Nah, man. I'm here.
No vibe, just the flow like Mount Quack Tribe. From Grand Ends to Central.
Tomorrow, God's will, I've got for you Political Wednesday. And we'll be looking at a number of things, but we sort of take some focus into what is the that issue. What's it called? Help me here. Oh, the CBI and IMA. IMA Grenada. Yeah, we'll be taking a look at that as it relates to the issue that's taking place right now. See, one of the things is that we don't pay very close attention, and you can't really blame. Well, yeah, you should blame the Grenadian people, because one of our faults is that we are guided a lot by speech, little snippets. We don't listen to whole pieces. For instance, a show like Simon Says, we don't listen to the entire show. We listen to the little piece that's exciting and makes us jump. No, there is so much more. Even Sheldon Scott talking points. You don't listen to the entire show. You listen to a little snip here, a little snip there, and then you're gone with that. No, there is so much more for you to listen to. And that's one of the things that we have to change. The whole concept has to change. In that you, the people of Grenada, you need to know more about what is happening. For instance, we're still waiting on Jerry Tamer here. For instance, you have a situation how this administration, how they operate when in office and when out of office. All right, it's kind of strange because, okay, for instance, like before Tamer gets here, you know, for one, we have to, of course, fill the slot. We can't just sit here and just do nothing. Stephanie John, good morning to you, and here's hoping that you have a wonderful day, Stephanie. Oh yeah, he's getting ready. Oh right, so he's getting ready there. I see something come up in a short while. I guess I'd see his picture and everything like that. But I can tell you that he's already into the system. More than likely, he'll be hearing me at this particular time. I think he needs to give his camera some access and then give his microphone some access to the program, and bang, we're ready to go. But nonetheless, I can tell you for a fact that I already see Jared Tamer up there in the back end of the program, so to speak. So because, and I'm going to be very professional about this, because we already have, I was going to list some things here, but I don't want to tarnish the gentleman and his presentation in any way. So because we already have him there, and I can see that he's already there, what I was going to speak of, I'd leave that for tomorrow, God's will. So what will happen is that we'd await Tamer to join us, and then we will dive in, so to speak, in relation to what we have today. 20 questions with Jerry Tamer. So once he fixes his, he still has his camera off. So right now we see that his camera is on. He's giving us he has his mic on mute. Does he? Yeah, no, I don't think so. No. He needs to, okay, so let's unmute that microphone. Okay. What are we doing here, Andre? Let's see if we can. Good. So I think all right. I think he needs to unmute his microphone, and then when I see him, then I'll know that he's ready for us this morning. As soon as I see him, I'll know that he's ready for us this morning. So this is real. This is 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. 20 questions with Jared Tamer from the Morris Bishop International Airport Meteorological Office. Yeah, let's get to know about the people who work with us, people who work for us, and people who give us information that a lot of times we don't pay attention to the information we get. We run off and get information elsewhere. Get to know your people, because the more you know someone, the more you're able to trust that person. And it's time we start trusting the Met Office based on the information they give us, so we know exactly how things are going to impact us, and not listen to something. And I'm not saying, hey, don't listen to something out of Miami, but don't think that that is gospel. Let's listen to our very own. They're the ones who have it. So we're standing by for Jerry Tamer. As soon as we see him, let me make sure that he can see me on the screen also. So I think he's able to see me on the screen at this particular point in time. Right. So he can see me on the screen, and based on the fact that he can see me in the screen, as soon as I can see him, I believe now that he can hear me. So as soon as I can see him, I will be able to usher in the program. I cannot usher in if I'm not seeing you, Jerry. I need to see you. And once I see you, I know you're there. So, you're gone again. They're back again. So just once I'm able to see you, then I could bring you into the program, and we can have that. If you want, if you're having it, if I don't know, if there's something I'm trying to figure out. But you were there and you gone. Oh, there you are now. Right, there you are now, my brother. Yeah, Jerry Tamer. I've got him, folks. I've got him. He's not going to get away from me at all. So, let me before I bring him up for you to see it. It's important that I say this because I really spent some time putting this together over the weekend because I knew I was going to have Jerry this morning. Now, it is very important that at times we know who we are talking to and we know why we are speaking to whom we are talking to. So let me just welcome you, friends, to another exciting edition of 20 Questions, the program where we dive into the lives and the passion and the minds of people who, in one way or another, shapes our nation or contributes to nation building. Today, we bring you a man who moves between thunder clouds and thunder rolls. Yeah, it's just like that. Both at the meteorological office at the Morris Bishop International Airport and, in case you didn't know, on the Pan stage. He is the newly appointed manager of the Grenada Meteorological Office located at the Morris Bishop International Airport, where we get our weather from every single morning, Monday to Friday, trying to look at extending that to Saturdays also. Stepping into the shoes of I simply say the legendary, and Tima is going to smile at that one, the legendary Hubert White. But when he's not tracking down storms or issuing weather warnings, you'll find him lighting up the stage with one of Grenada's premier steel orchestras, the mighty Angel Harps. Yes, I said that, the mighty Angel Harps. He's a thinker, he's a leader, he's a cultural soul, and a man with a calm voice, but a powerful presence. That is Jerry Tamer, of course. From satellite maps to panorama nights, Jerry Tamer is the name you'll be hearing a lot more of. So, hey, sit back, turn up your volume. And because we're about to get personal, thoughtful, and even a little bit more musical, maybe we might, you never know, as we put questions to the man of the hour. This is 20 Questions. And your guest today, my friends, is none other than my good friend. I've known him for a lot of years. Yeah, more than 20. Of course, more than 20 years. As a matter of fact, I probably have known Jerry more than 30 years. He is the consummate professional, I dare say. So, friends, let's do so and join up and speak to Jerry Tamer this morning. Gerard Tamer, but of course, Jerry Tamer is how most people would call him. Morning, Tamer. How you doing, bro?
Good morning, Andre. I'm doing fine. To all your listeners.
Well,
I was wondering.
I didn't hear that.
For a while there, we talking about.
Well, yeah, there's the humility of the man. I was telling folks about your humility and they didn't believe, and now they're hearing the humility of the man. Excuse me. Good morning again, and welcome to the program 20 Questions. 20 Questions is a program that it's 20 questions we try to have. Maybe you have a little bit more. We never have less, and we try to find out about a person, and that's why I chose you for this morning. So, let's start here. Congratulations, I dare say, Jerry, on what is your new role. And what was your first reaction, you'd say, when you're officially named manager at the Met Office? What was your first reaction?
Well, it was a humbling experience, I say. Knowing what the job entails, knowing the big shoes have to fill. When you look at your predecessors, and knowing the burden that is placed on you with the expectation of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have a dynamic staff who you have to lead. So it was quite a humbling and a wowing experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a challenge nonetheless.
Not good. Yeah.
And it's something I think that I was ready to take on. And,
yeah, good.
so far, as we say, by the grace of God, I kind of think I'm doing pretty okay.
Okay, I love that. But the next thing I'm going to ask here, replacing someone like Hubert White is no small feat, Jerry. What did you learn most from working under his leadership? What would you say you learned
Oh,
most?
to be very practical.
Mm-hmm.
To be very practical. The thing is, in an industry like Met, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and to what it's the role it plays in the national context, and
Mm-hmm.
also when you look at it from the Grenada Airports Authority concept, you have to get things done.
Yeah.
eh? And some of those things you just have to get it done.
Yeah.
There's nothing about postponing it till tomorrow or postponing it for another hour or
Mm-mm.
something. You just have to get things done at the time you're supposed to get in.
Get, you get
They
it.
got to be done. So Hubert was a very, very practical guy. Okay, and that is one of the things
You
I
learn from
must say I learned from him. We get a job done.
it. Yeah. Jerry, tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you end up in meteorology? And was it something that you always wanted to do?
Well, yes, I'll tell you this. Funny. You know, back during the days of the revolution, when the airport was under construction, you
Mm-hmm.
remember that was one of the big things in Grenada, the airport.
Yeah.
Big thing in the airport,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And my father at the time used to work with um, CWC, that was Central Water Commission before it was called NAWASA.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to be going down on the airport almost every morning, making sure that there's water in the airport for the construction, for the Cubans living there, you know.
Yeah.
So as youngsters in the days, you jump in a van with him and you're going down. So so I actually saw the airport transforming
Mm-hmm.
over the years, all right? And when it became operational, it was like one of the big things.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, boy, I want to be part of this big thing too. And then funny, I remember looking at one of the pictures in our integrated science book one day, and under the section of weather and there was a picture of this forecaster standing over one of those telemachines, where the information come in.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't believe, I used to look at that picture day in, day out. And I don't know what it was about that picture. And it was just showing the back of the gentleman. And the caption below just said, a forecaster receiving information on weather systems. And I just used to look at that picture. You can't say anything. You can't see the person's face. You can't even see the machine good. But yeah. So there was an interest there. And then when I got into the upper forms, I had a wonderful geography teacher, a gentleman by the name of Brother Matthias. Those of you who went to PBC would know the legendary Brother Matthias. And geography was a competitive subject,
Mm-hmm.
in PBC, because the teacher was so good. Everybody liked him. Everybody got to like the subject. So everybody wanted to ace the class. I had good rivals in the geography class. So I guess that just kind of triggered it a bit, and when looking at career path and thing, I kind of told my parents, I remember that, I want to work on the airport. I want to do something on the airport, because that is, it was the excitement of the big thing in Grenada at the time,
Yeah.
the airport. And so I got the opportunity, and first of all, I just went in and I just spent a few days just observing, and then I'll say, yeah, boy, I like this, and I guess to say
the rest is history.
It's history.
What are some of the biggest changes or upgrades that you'd like to bring to the Met Office under your leadership?
Well, I would like to first of all develop our climatological section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the whole issue with climate change and the demand for climate services is something that is really pushing the bounds of our operations. So I would really like to expand on that tremendously. I also would like to see would like to um, broaden our data collecting points. Okay, we have a system of automatic stations around the island, which is a joint project with Met Office, Nawasa Ministry of Agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
These are the entities that use, the climatic data the most. You know, that system, I would really like to see that expanded in some more details, and I would really like to see the population getting a little bit more climate savvy. I mean,
Okay.
we are getting there. We are getting there. I must say,
Yeah.
we are
Mm-hmm.
getting there. But slowly. But well, there's a lot of room for improvement, and in some areas, I find we moving a little slowly. Some industries are doing well. Okay? Unfortunately, we still have a lot of traditions.
Mm-hmm.
We do things traditionally still. Okay, but what we don't realize is what may have worked for our parents and grandparents 30 and 40 years ago is things have changed. So there's a new normal.
Okay.
That we have to quickly get adjusted to. Okay, and in some areas, I find we are a little slow in getting onto that, but we're getting there.
One or two areas, Jerry, where you believe that we're slow.
Okay, we need to, in agriculture, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need to start looking at our crop varieties. Okay, there are some different varieties. For example, if we're doing, let's say, sweet potatoes, there are different varieties.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see the farmers paying more attention to like a seasonal forecast, so that you don't go and plant the variety that needs more water. Okay.
In the dry
You
season.
plant a whole field, and next thing you realize that you have a loss. Okay. But a little knowledge and knowing what variety does best with, if you're expecting like a drier season or a wetter season, you can change your variety. You'll still have sweet potatoes, and the population will still eat it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
But it would affect the farmers from an economic standpoint. Okay, they can might go and plant a whole field, and then your returns, would be rather small. Because that variety didn't do well in the condition.
And you believe that there are too many farmers who are not paying attention to this.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Yes,
Yeah.
and that's one of the areas, especially with the smaller crops, that I think we still doing things by tradition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All
Rather
right.
than moving to a scientific approach. Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this next one. Most people who have heard the name Jerry Tamer would have heard the Jerry Tamer name attached to the Met Office. So, to what I will call the man of science. But I know you also as not just the man of science, but I know you as the man of rhythm. How did you get involved in Angel Harps?
Well, that was a passion I had from ever since I could remember. I remember even in my primary school days, picking like the Dano milk tins and putting it in and playing, making my own steel band home and so forth. Okay, so I was always interested in pan. I think pan was my first love.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and as I got older, I started going around the pan house listening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, for Angel Harps first, the two panoramas before I played, I knew the whole tune by just listening to it. I was able to sing the bass line, sing the tenor part, just by going and watching the practice. So when they did offer a learner's program,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I went in forthwith, and something I found easy.
You found it easy to do.
I found
No,
very easy, and then I moved through the ranks of the organization.
where are you now?
Assistant Secretary Treasurer.
Okay, great. No, but I must ask you this because and it's as if you knew I was going to ask that question because you spoke of hearing them play for the first time their panorama song and that. So I must ask you, what's your favorite piece as it relates to pan, and which section of the pan are you most akin to?
My favorite piece, there's a hard one. There are some memorable pieces. I remember Classic to Calypso, that would have been in 1993 or 94, I think. And then even recently, 2023, I think, yeah, Shalabiti.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this was James Clarkson arrangement, yeah. And then when we had the bomb tune competition, James Clarkson did one All Night Long by the Commodores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another um, piece that stands out in my mind.
Okay.
You know, so so yeah, there are quite a few. There are quite a few.
Quite a few. Okay, not necessarily one. And which section of the pan are you most akin to?
Well, for most of my years, I played in the front line. I played double tenor for 20 plus years. Yeah, so that has become my home section. Yeah. So I am by nature a frontline player. So that's tenors, double tenors, seconds. You know.
Okay.
So now I am moonlighting in the bass section.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry to put it this way. You're probably on your way out.
Probably.
No, Jerry. How do you balance the high pressures of the world of the weather and forecasting and the creative, what I'll call the creative energy of pan music? So how do you balance those two?
Oh, well, it's an easy balance. It's an easy balance. The thing is, the pan is a relaxing something.
Mm-hmm.
It's that pressure valve, that you can release. Okay, just being able to go on, play music, produce a song that is pleasing to your ear. It's just therapeutic, So you just put that you just have that into your calendar of events for the day, and it works fine. It works fine. You just make time for it because it does that to you,
Okay.
As I say, it's a personal.
Has there ever been a time, Jerry, when music, when pan would have helped you in your professional life in terms of you're going through a period at the Met Office and maybe thinking about something you were trying to master last night, or thinking about a time when Angel Haps clean out dimensions? Has there ever been a time when the pan has really helped you in your professional life like that?
Oh, Andre, absolutely. And I can tell you, anybody who have played pan or involved in any kind of music and so, they can tell you how much that transcends into the day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because for one, music is a very accurate thing. Okay. You don't want to be playing a song and making a mistake every couple of notes.
Right.
It just wouldn't sound right.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can do a math test and get 50% and 60% and they give you a pass. Okay. In a music exam, if you get 50% of your notes wrong, they tell you you're not prepared.
You're not prepared for that.
You won't be able to even recognize what tune you're playing. Okay, so music is a perfect art.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a kind of diligence that's needed to produce good music. Okay. And that becomes part of you.
Yeah.
And that transcends into the other aspect of your life. And it does that quite easily. Okay. It also means that you have to be patient, okay, because you take time to learn something. Okay, so it gives you it teaches you some bit of patience, like when things go wrong, to do it again, to try different techniques, Then again, when you play music, you play with a group. You
Yes.
have different personalities involved. Okay, you have people who learn at different rates. You have people at different levels. Okay, so you learn teamwork. You learn that it's not about you, but it's about the team. So in the work environment, it's a team. It's a teamwork also. It's team.
Yeah.
It's all based on teams. So now you have to know. You have to deal with the different personalities, the different strengths, and learn how to be complementary to your fellow workers. And as I said, all of these go into making you a better fitting.
A better fit in, yeah. Yeah, yes, I'm gonna be very cruel in asking you this next question, Jerry. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I consider me to be your friend, so it's only your friend that could be cruel to you. If you had to choose between a front row seat at a weather conference and a finals at Panorama, who would win? Who would win, Jerry?
Well, let me answer it this way. Let me answer it this way. Um, no, weather is a very broad subject, right? So if I know what the conflict is now, I'll make that decision there. Yeah.
You probably go to Panorama. I know that was not a fair question, right, Jerry? That was not a fair question at all. That was not fair. What I knew was going to stump you there. I knew that one was going to stump you. But let's move on, Jerry. And we are at question number 16. Would you believe that? We are at question number 16. So you just have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to go. Right? So, question number 16. Let's try a bit and focus on, I would say, the man outside the office. When you're not focused in storms or performing with angel harps, where can I find you?
At home. At home. At home. At home. At home. I do. I'm not one of those, I must say, party hoppers or
yeah, on the
big
block,
event people.
too much on the block.
No. I'm home. I'm home with the household. You know? I also well, you may not know. I picked up a saxophone recently, so I am entertaining the neighborhood. So, I'll disturbing them. I make sure and ask them every time I'm not disturbing you now. No. So.
But Jerry, even if you're not one of the block guys, but you still stay connected to the block, don't you?
Of course. It's community, it's community. And Andre, I often believe that, we have a responsibility to our fellow residents. Yeah. Some of them have made some bad choices. Some of them was not as fortunate as to have certain things explained to them. So I always try to keep in touch with the community. Yeah. And I must say, I think I've been doing a pretty good job of it. There's a general kind of healthy respect. Everybody, hey, better teams. So it's always nice to be able to reach out and say a nice good morning or hail up to the fellas when you're passing. Everybody say, hey, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So even if you're not with them, but they still know that you're with them.
Yes, precisely.
They still know that you're with them. Now, here's the other one. It could be a book. It could be a quote. It could be a mentor that has inspired you throughout your journey. What was it? Was it a book, a mentor, or a quote?
Well, I think my parents.
Your parents, yes?
My parents.
Tell us a bit.
Well, Let me start. My father was involved in a lot of community groups.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in days of old, there was a lot of sporting groups. I don't know if you may have heard of the old sporting club, Atoms.
Yeah, of course. Autumn.
Right.
That's,
So he
that's a
was,
green, that's a Green Street thing.
yeah, so he was
Yeah.
involved in that club. And
Mhm.
then he was involved in the Cricket Association, the Athletic Association, the Football Association, the Boxing Association. You know, he was one of the most successful football managers. Um, you, you know, he was manager of the team when people like Alston Heads George was captain. You remember Alston Heads George?
Yeah.
Major George Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Ram folks. When all those guys were playing on national team, he
He
used to
was the
be
manager.
manager. So
Okay.
so Grenada would have won a lot of tournaments like Popam Cup. I don't know if you remember those Windward Islands
Yeah. And
tournament.
and they
A
did,
lot,
they did well in Guyana and stuff at
yeah.
around those times. Yeah.
Uh, he was also oftentimes the manager of the national cricket team.
Okay.
So
Okay.
on that, so he used to manage guys like Kenny Hobson, Alyssa Bellot, Franklin Fredericks, all those kind of guys. So back in the 70s and the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so he was always involved in community and in groups and so forth. So he taught me that to be involved and to help people and so forth.
So
And
he
then
would have been your biggest and best mentor.
well, one of them, my mother on the other side now.
Mommy.
Okay? Yeah, my mother was also involved in a lot of um, um, groups, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Choir, especially choir. My mother sang for all her life, so all the choirs and so forth, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
then she was also, she also on the religious side, the whole fear of God and, religious responsibility. And she taught a lot too, so how to interact with people. And even when I started in Angel Harps, teaching people, sometimes I like a troublesome student that you say, boy, you just take it easy with him. You might never know what they're going through at home and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So my mother again was one of my biggest fan and my biggest mentor too. And they both were involved in music. So I guess
The apple ain't fall too far from the trees, eh? Not the tree, but the trees.
yes.
No, Jerry, you've made a name for yourself, both in science, and you're still making that name in science, and to culture, and you're still making that name. You're still growing that legacy in culture. What advice would you give to young people who feel that they have to choose one or the other?
No, you don't have to choose one or the other. The things will choose you. The things will choose you.
Mhm.
And it's important for people to understand, especially young people to understand, is that at your young age, it is good to be as broad based as possible. Okay, you learn so much from all the different industries, from all the different fields, and each of those different fields come with their own nuances, and that helps make you who you are. Okay?
Mhm.
It cultures a little part of you. Okay, and that is the foundation you would need for later on in life. Later on, you start connect the dots and I say, oh well, this is what this means, and this is what. Oh, you can't do this because this means that. So be at as broad base as you can. Um, Andrea, unfortunately, I'm seeing a sort of demise of some of the clubs, the organization, the youth organizations that we grew up with, like the Scouts, Girls and Guys,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
girls,
The Sea
guys,
Scouts,
clubs,
the Sea
Scouts,
Scouts that you guys,
organization that
this now saying the Sea Scouts that you guys are famous for at PVC, that is no longer, or am I mistaken here, Theo?
no, it's still there, it's still there, it's still there, it's still
It's
there.
still there.
But when you look
Okay,
at
okay.
on the nation as a whole, the numbers and scouting activities have, you know, um, decreased significantly. Scouting, guiding. Okay. Now I see cadets is on the rise, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. And other groups, like the Leo clubs and Rotary clubs and so forth. Those clubs are so important for youngsters. Yeah. So I really encourage all youngsters to be involved in these kind of activities. Even a little village football club,
Yeah.
because the thing is, as we have noticed, we are getting so injured, so self-centered. That human contact skill is missing because everybody's always on a device for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a device, and there's not that interaction, and our interpersonal skills are really wanting at this time. That's why sometimes we have all of these violence because people don't know how to react, and you hit out at the first possible moment because that's what maybe you see and that's what maybe you learn. But learning to deal with our fellow human beings, that come about by just being with them, and that is why these groups are so important. And I always try to encourage people whenever you can to be a part of these organizations.
How do your colleagues at work? How do they react to find out that their boss is also jamming pan in a national competition? How do they react to that?
Oh well, they're okay. I mean, sometimes they give me a lot of talk.
Oh, they do.
Boy, all the Galix again. Or sometimes I leave and they say, Uncle T, you're going to Panos? You're going to practice some Galix again? I said, yeah, but we are good fun about it. We are good fun about it. Yeah.
Okay, we do. Okay. Now, my final question that I have for you this morning here. Well, I could sneak in another, but the final one that brings it to 20. When you want the Grenadian public to know, what do you want, the Grenadian public to know most about Jared Tamer? Not the meteorological worker, but Jared Tamer, the man.
Well, what I can say, I really don't know. Just tell them he's a cool guy. That's the time. No, he's a cool guy. Yeah, that's yeah, yeah. There's nothing I would really like to boast about or anything. Yeah, just say him as a cool guy, man. That's all.
That's all. Okay, so let me sneak in this other question. In all your years of forecasting, Tamer, but let's not say forecasting, but in all your years at the Met Office, and you'd have been there what, over 40 years now?
No.
Not 40 years?
36.
36 years. Over 36 years now at the Met Office. What would you say would have been maybe your most memorable forecast or the most memorable forecast that you were part of?
Oh, wow. Okay, there have been quite a bit. I tell you, I am pleased. I'm very proud to say I was part of the team who worked through Hurricane Ivan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Myself, Roscoe Slocum, and John Peters.
Okay.
Yeah, we camped out and we kept the operations going, and under some really trying circumstances, and we were able to keep the system running, and that was so important for the for the other people who were tracking the storm, like the hurricane hunters and the people at the National Hurricane Center. So because we continue to give them the up to date readings that we were recording here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was important for them, you know, tracking the storm, checking its intensity, you know, I'm monitoring it. So I was really pleased to be part of that crew. It was exhausting, it was tiring, but we did it. And we got really good accolades and commendations from the who's who in the med services around the region and
Mm-hmm.
in the hemisphere, you know, for that. Okay, but it was mentally exhausting, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was one of my proudest
Most memorable,
achievements, you
yeah.
know, working
Somebody's
through it.
asking. Somebody's asking here,
But
Tima.
as a manager,
Yeah, go ahead.
second,
Go ahead. You go ahead.
no, yeah, but that was as a worker, but as a manager.
Mm-hmm.
As a manager, I was very proud of my team last year, June burial. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, when we realized that burial was finally coming, so, you know, you had to do a few in-house things quick. You know, you rearrange a roster, you have people coming in, and these people are prepared to stay for maybe a 24 hours, 36 hours, as the case may be. And then, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have the backup people, the people to come in after them, you know, and then you just start thinking, okay, but this one living closer, so you're bringing this one instead, and this one, you know, and then, as you would have seen, we had Cassia up at Nagma's office giving the updates every hour and so forth. And on top of that, you know, Andrew, I had people who willing to come to work. Hey, I want to come to work. I want to be at work when this thing happening. And I'd be telling them, okay, no, we have enough. Stay, and we're coming afterwards to keep the thing going after. You know, so as a manager, you know, you're happy to see this kind of enthusiasm and this kind of passion from your staff, you know. People willing to leave their homes and come and be in the line of fire, you know.
All right.
So
There's
those are
someone there's someone on online here who's asking. I'm going to read you two comments from online. There's a first one who's asking, is his mom Miss Eunice, who used to play the guitar? So, and that answer is yes, I'm assuming here.
no, that's my
No.
cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin. Okay. So, right. So that person has gone there. And that's Deborah LeBeau who was inquiring here. And Brenda Batiste is saying one of the best humans God ever created, compassionate, emphatic, practical, fair, a good listener, confidential, loyal. Jerry is the bee's knees and he never panics. Wow, Brenda must know you very well.
Oh, my good friend Brenda. Yeah, we go back a long way. Hi, Brenda. Morning.
Yeah, Brenda is one of my premier listeners. She's always listening, and whenever I make a mistake and I go off track with something, you could bet your bottom dollar. Here comes Brenda, bang! At the door saying, "Hey, what happened to you?" But I love it. But the thing here is, I had a question, and the question had to be if you had to learn a different instrument, what outside of pan, of course, what would it be? But then you just informed me without me even asking the question. You spoke about you and your saxophone bothering the community. So I'm going to wrap it this morning, and two things. Two questions in one. What is one thing about working at the Met Office the public would be shocked to learn? And what legacy would you like to leave at the Met Office and at Angel Hobbs?
Okay, to take the first part of your question, what would the public like?
There's something that they'll be shocked to learn about, about the Met Office.
Okay, I think that you'll be shocked to know the amount of mental effort it takes to come up with just saying today conditions will be fair. Just to come up with that, just to come up with that one statement.
Yeah, conditions are wicked.
Up with that one statement, it takes a lot of mental energy. Sometimes it's a statement you have to sometimes it takes you 2 or 3 hours to come up with it. Just for that. Okay? Because you have to examine the atmosphere thoroughly, and especially if you doing extended forecast for 2 days, 3 days, you have to be looking to see how things are expected to change from the way they are now, and just to come up with that one statement, Andrew, it could take you 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, but I thought you were going to do so and tell people that I thought that this is what it was going to be, and maybe I'm stupid to think that, but I'm going to say it anyway. I thought you were going to say, well, geography is not a must-have subject to be a forecaster.
Okay. Yes, geography is not a must-have subject.
Right. I thought you were going to say that.
Of course, it is an advantage, but
it's right, but it's not a must-have.
The geography you need, you will be taught that when you're studying.
When you're studying, so geography is not a must-have.
Your maths and your physics.
Yeah, you have to have that maths and physics.
Don't leave home without it.
No.
Or don't even apply without it.
Don't even apply it. You must have that maths and that physics.
You
must have that. I knew that. And then the other parts of the question: legacy at the Met Office and legacy at Angel Hops.
Legacy at the Met Office. I just hope I could be remembered for someone who just try to expand the services and be a good team leader. I think that's important. At Angel Hops, basically the same thing. I just want to see the movement of the steel band art form. I still think there's not enough recognition for the art form. I think it is given too much lip service and place on the back burners for many cultural events and so forth. Okay. It is one of the activities that involve a lot of young people, or mostly young people. Okay, and I don't think we are recognizing the effect it have on young people. The positive effects. So I'm clamoring for a lot more inclusion and a lot more recognition for the various orchestras and for the work that they do. Yeah?
Right. I'm going to give 2 listeners an opportunity to call in because I saw the phones are buzzing while we are talking. So I'm going to give the listeners, at least 2 listeners, opportunities to ask you a question. So folks, you know the number, it's 442-0175. That's the number you can call. You have an opportunity now to ask Jerry Tamer a question. Or if you want, you may type it in the chat and I can read it back to him. Remember, we don't have much time. He's got to go to work at the airport before they fire him. And we don't want that to happen to Jerry this morning, not because of 20 questions. We don't want that. So if you have a question, you can call right now or you can type it in the chat. Again, you know the numbers, 442-0175. That would be the WhatsApp line and also the landline. Gonna count to 10, and if we don't have any by 10, then we're gonna basically just wrap it. So it's 1, it's 2, it's 3 definitely, and after 3, the number comes 4, and just before 6, there's a number called 5. And then you have 6, and then once you move from 6, you're gonna get 7. And there's 8, which tells you have 2 more calls, and you get to the number 10. So after 8, there's 9, and we've gotten to 10. So it means that more than likely we probably would have answered the questions that the people were calling about. Jerry, I take this opportunity on behalf of not just Real FM, but the entire Grenadian population. Oh, hold on. Somebody called Bob Marisho is asking here, Jerry, could you give the humidity in your report? Don't you guys do that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do that.
You do that. You
Yeah,
give the humidity.
yeah.
in
Relative
your-
humidity is always given in a report.
Okay, so there you go for Bob Marisho. And it's a Marisho spelled Marecheau. You know, that's the kind of unique one. Excuse me. Jerry.
I think that's a French way.
Yeah, that's a French version of it. Jerry, thank you so very much for being a part of 20 questions for this Tuesday morning. It was indeed a joy having you. The workers here at Real FM, we're very happy to have been given the opportunity to entertain you. And I'm sure the entire Grenadian population, those, of course, who are listening. And one thing I know, whenever you see the numbers start dwindling while you talk to the person, you realize, damn, you hit a dud. But our numbers didn't dwindle. Our numbers steadily kept climbing this morning and got to as high as 311 persons on the YouTube channel. And for this time of the day on a Tuesday morning, Jerry, 311, as they say, is a damn lot of people doing and viewing us. So finally, you must have something to say. In keeping with the song, finally, who did that? Was it Vaughn? Somebody who did that? Finally,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Finally, you're saying?
Well, Andre, let me thank you for having me here. And I want to thank you for keeping the job you're doing, keeping the nation abreast with weather-related activities. Real FM is now one of our partners, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah, because your guys are always there tuning in with us. So I just want to congratulate you on the job you're doing and ask you to continue. It's so important that the nations have to be informed and not only be informed but be informed the right way. So thank you for that outreach that you're giving to the Met Office and having the nation informed of what is happening weather-wise. So from the Met Office point of view, I want to say a big thank you and ask you to continue, and knowing that we are always there. We are always there to do our part, and we need folks like you to help with the transmission of those sort of information. So thank you so much for your job in informing the nation. Okay?
Thank you, Jerry.
And from the other hat, take a look at
take on the hat. Yeah, man. Hops for life.
The hat, I read the other hat. Yes, we have to continue to be culturally aware and culturally conscious. You know. Of course, everything is changing, but we still have to be grounded. So thank you again for your support in the cultural realm. It's not many. We know a lot of the art forms are under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, from the invading forces, but that is life. But we do have to keep grounded. We have to return to base. So thank you for your work there and for patronizing the steel band movement as much as you do. Yeah. So thank you.
Bob Marisho says here again, Jerry. He says, Jerry, I don't know you personally, but you come across as a very pleasant person. Best of luck, bro. Maria Marcel says, thank you kindly, sir, for sharing. Blessings, one love. Jerry, one love, take care, and have a wonderful day, brother.
Well, thank you, Angie, and pleasant day to all your listeners and your viewers, people. Thank you so
Peace
much.
out, brother. Okay, one love.
Okay,
good, right.
Power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tuning on the spice line, hear the air
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Get ready, Duquesne. The vibes are high, the music is sweet, and the good times are guaranteed. You're invited to Duquesne Roman Catholic Church Annual Harvest and Dance. And trust us, you don't want to miss this. On Friday, June 6th, we retain.
Hey Grenada, are you ready to take charge of your future? The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is here to help you make it happen. Whether you're starting a savings journey, planning for education, or chasing your big dreams, we've got the tools and support you need. With savings, loans, mortgages, and expert financial advice, your goals are within reach. And for the youth of our nation, we believe in you. Let us help you build the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Visit us at Jubilee Street, Grenville, Lucas Street, St. George, or our brand new modern spaces at Seaton Brown Street, Grenville and Grand Anse. Call us on 442-8602 or stop by one of our branches at Grenville Cooperative Credit Union. We're not just securing your finances, we're investing in your future. Let's grow, dream, and succeed together. The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, building a brighter future for you, for us, for Grenada.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. On the radio see. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George's, the people them a shout. Real expression now, I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the best.
It's real, it's 91. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, my name's Eric Adonis. Andrew, I'd like to ask you if you can do me a big favor, please. Last night, a friend of mine visiting from St. George's came up and his vehicle was stolen in the driveway. If you can make an announcement, the vehicles are no high. What we call the old school. The number is HAD 500 and its color is white. It was stolen out one this morning from the driveway.
Which driveway? Where?
Oh, I'm sorry. My apology. Upper Hartford Village. Sorry.
Upper Hartford Village.
Yes.
What, did he leave the keys in there?
No, not everything, key and things. And you know, he had the keys and stuff, and they picked the lock and everything. So they had on the vehicle started, but you know, we couldn't make out which way the seat and wait. They couldn't think it was there. So we couldn't look out which seat was done. You know?
I've lost you there. You said you heard when the vehicle started, but
I thought they were moving out. When it was moving out. When I heard a vehicle moving out and look out, the vehicle was done. Within 2 minutes,
that's interesting. All right. Have you made a report to the police?
Yes, we called the Grenville Police Station, St. George's, but apparently St. George said they didn't get the report or something like that. So we gone to St. David's this morning, and we cannot report.
Okay. Well, based on the fact that you've made that announcement here on Real FM, outside
Yes,
of the
and
police looking, I guess citizens will be looking to see what they see. And that number for that vehicle again?
it's HAD 500, a white Noah Heights, what do you call it? Latest, because it's
Yeah.
the old school as they call it.
So that's HAD 500, correct?
Yes, Andre, white, color white, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless you, man. Thank you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you
One
so
love,
much.
no problem.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
thank
good.
you. Yes, yes.
hmm Petra Charles, good morning to you. How are you doing, Petra? And I don't know if I like that picture that dinner. I guess I got to deal with it. Angel says that she has two sons playing with Angel Harps. Oh, okay. You're a harper too, girl. Yeah, harps all the way. Um, okay. So that person too is okay. Somebody working on a song this morning. What? People doing all kind of thing. Um, well. So today's what? Tuesday? And I didn't even realize, that this not didn't realize. I forgot that this program goes up until 10 o'clock on Tuesdays. So I still have to find other things to speak about. Yeah, and I'm thinking that, come 9 o'clock, we done for the morning and we getting ready for tomorrow, please God. Let me see what I have here. Let me see what I have here. Well, we dealt with that. Yeah, let's take a view at this thing, yeah? Yeah, because I was gonna raise a couple of things this morning. Because tomorrow I want to, yeah, I'm going to so CBI seems to be the thing that's making the wrongs these days. Yeah. CBI seems to be the thing that's making the wrongs these days. So check this out. When the and this is very important that you learn it, and very important that you know. And I'll expound. I'll just gloss over it today and expound on it a bit more tomorrow, God's will. When the National Democratic Congress was in opposition, and it would have been Keith Mitchell and the NNP in office, the NDC called for transparency and they accused the NNP government of mismanagement. And I'm speaking here in relation to the CBI and the IMA, I think, but that's a new name for it. Now, as I said, they call for transparency and they accuse the NNP of mismanagement as it relates to the CBI. All kind of things were spoken about the shrimp farm and all sort of things they spoke about. Now, check this out. At present, still speaking CBI, the government, they're involved in scandal. This government, yeah, they're involved in scandal over Russian passport and they're resisting at this time what is considered to be an independent probe. All right, because you understand that the Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, he is the Minister for National Security. And to sign off on a passport as it relates to CBI, it has to be him and no one else. So if there's going to be a probe, he being Minister of National Security, he will have to investigate himself. That ain't supposed to be right at all. You can't investigate yourself. There have been calls, and calls are continuing for independent probe. Will that ever happen? Will that ever happen? Just things that you can ponder on for today until we get into tomorrow, God's will. Also, something that the NDC spoke of when they were in opposition, they were very unhappy, and they did not want the Prime Minister to be the Minister for Finance. No, they didn't want the Prime Minister for whatever reason. They didn't want him to be, meaning Keith Mitchell. No, they were opposed to the PM holding the office of the Finance Ministry. The PM now, he's doing dual roles also, or multi roles, I should put it. Because now the PM, I mean the Prime Minister, of course, he's the Minister of National Security, who is the sole authority of CBI. How dangerous is that? Just something that you can ponder on for the day. And here's something else you can ponder on for today. Transparency. Transparency. The NDC in office demanded contract disclosures and FOI laws. Now they're in office, no such laws have been passed, and all major deals remain hidden. And why do they remain hidden? God ask me, I don't know. However, what we know is that very early, the minister, the Prime Minister that is, very early, he said, Grenadians will be informed on a need-to-know basis. So, in essence, he's saying here, these major deals, we'll only know about it if we need to know. If we don't need to know, and he makes that determination. Anti-corruption. You know, when they were in office, they warned about anti-corruption and misuse of funds and all sorts of things they spoke about. Check this scandal that's going around now, the Bishop scandal. No major accountability moves. Could you imagine that? No major accountability rules. Public procurement. They criticize what they considered to be secretive investments and so on. Again, for example, they said that the shrimp farm was secretive and they criticized that. Find out about their projects now. Deliver a project. Secretive, ain't it? It is being said that golden shovels were given out on the day that they had the opening ceremony. Did the government make public knowledge of that? I don't remember hearing anything like that. So it's a situation. I can go on and on and on with stuff. Foreign nationals, I can talk about parliamentary conduct. You know, I can talk about public engagement. I can speak of response to scrutiny. I can speak about a lot of things. But tomorrow morning is best. Tomorrow morning is best as it relates to these things that I need to touch on tomorrow. But there's something that is really and truly, I would say, is it bothering? No, it's not bothering me. But I'm very concerned about it. And I want to ask the question, but I want those of you who are still able to call in. When I ask the question, I want you to be able to say something to me about the question that I would ask. But if I ask the question now, then we got news in a couple of ticks. So we'll take the news, most definitely, we will take the news. And then we'll come back with that question that I want to ask you. Because that question is a bit troubling at this particular point in time. So stay with us. This is real. This is 91.9, 91.5 at www.therealfmgrenada.com. Joyce, good morning.
To amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice side, where the airwaves free read. Night for my ignite. On the radio see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe. Just the raw truth a flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now hide, let your heart pour out. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
In an industry where customers expect quality, M&N Hardware Limited is a leader in locally manufactured aluminum windows, doors, roofing, and guttering. Our manufacturing division is efficient, flexible, and will always go the extra mile to surpass customer expectations. If you need security, sash, casement, or projected windows, we're able to do it. Our security and heavy-duty doors are state-of-the-art and can be customized specifically for you. Using innovative coating technologies and protective film, our roofing and guttering is weather-resistant, providing outstanding color retention for many years. Available in 24 and 26 gauge and a variety of color options. We are the leading company, a family that is proving to customers they can have their dream products. M&N Hardware Limited. Foundation to roof, let's build together.
Hello and welcome back. I am your presenter, Kira Gunpot. The Grenada Tourism Authority GTA has announced the appointment of Mrs. Stacey A. Liberd as its new Chief Executive Officer effective June 15, 2025. A seasoned tourism executive with over 15 years of regional experience, Mrs. Liberd brings expertise in destination marketing, stakeholder engagement, and sustainable tourism development. In the region in Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party JLP will be creating a book of major achievements to keep supporters and citizens informed. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the revelation during a St. Catherine South Central Constituency conference. He explained that the move is part of the JLP's thrust to combat what he referred to as lies and propaganda aimed at creating disgust during the election campaign period.
We have documented over 250 achievements. We are going to create a book because that's what it will come down when we were to circulate it. With 175 of the top ones, the major ones. Because all of you must know what your party has achieved in these past 2 terms that we have had. All of you must be armed and seized with the information. We need an army of informed labor rights and supporters who will go on TikTok, who will go on YouTube, who will go on Instagram, who will go on Facebook, who will go on X and challenge the lies and propaganda and rumors that is being spread to create this content. And once you are mobilized in this way, once you have the information, and once the people of the country is informed and understand, then we know that our calling and election will be sure.
And in sports, in tennis, Britain's Sonia Cartel secured the biggest win of her career as women's tennis returned to the Queen's Club for the first time since 1973. The 23-year-old secured a superb 6-1, 3-6, 6-3 win over world number 16 Daria Kasatkina of Australia to start her grass court season on a high. It is the first time a women's tournament has been held at the iconic venue in more than 50 years when Olga Morozova lifted the trophy. Queens had been a mainstay on the men's calendar, and a WTA 500 event has been added this year in an attempt to raise the profile of women's game and increase the visibility of the sport. This ends the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. Thank you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Scissors.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Scissors.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Scissors. Scissors. Express your style with Color by Scissors.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them.
For more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun. Classic furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Benjoon Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So fast pay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. So fast pay, so fast pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Whoa! Tune in on the spice line, hear the airwaves free. The night for my ignite. On the radio, see. Whoa! No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. Ooh. From Grand Anse to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now, I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, hear the nation sing. Real FM, the sound where make freedom ring. Shaman chant the blues, farmer hymn the rain. Mama shares her wisdom, youths them chant for change. The radio no silence the struggles we face. Amplify the joy, the pain, the grace. Not making of the rhythm, cocoa in the bass. Real FM hold the mirror to the spice all face. Whoa, yeah. Real up the truth selector, let the people speak.
Morning again.
91.9.
Oh, you thought that I disappeared? You thought I vacated you? No. Can't do that to you. Cynthia, thanks for your comment. And also Elva Edwards. I don't think I've seen that name before, but Elva, thank you very much for your comment. And I'm happy that you're able to enjoy the information that we gave you this morning. Now, there's a question that I thought I'd leave it to tomorrow, but no, I think it's best. It is one of the questions that I can ask now, and I can still ask it again tomorrow. Now, over the past couple of years, and by I literally mean couple, over the past 2 years, I have heard relentlessly on her podcast program my good friend. Yeah, I have to say my good friend. I've only met her once, but I can say my good friend. I've heard my good friend relentlessly beating on Andy Williams, who is the minister of MIT. And Jenny has accused him of corruption. Plain, frank, and simple. She's even gone as far as to say, well, Andy, if what I'm saying is wrong, take me to court. But she continues week after week after week, every opportunity she gets, she's saying, Andy Williams, you've broken the law. Andy Williams, you're corrupt. Andy Williams, this is who gave you these thousands of dollars. And Andy Williams, this is who paid for the repair of your vehicle. Now, I've heard her in recent weeks say, Andy Williams, if Jenny Simon, is incorrect, and if my statements aren't correct, take me to court for saying that you are corrupt. No, I find that rather strange. Rather strange in that Andy Williams is a senior government minister. Andy Williams acts in the position of Prime Minister 99.9% of the time that the Prime Minister is out of the island. He's acting as Prime Minister. So she's not just talking about one of those little hairy-fairy people down there. She's not talking about Queen's Britain. No. She's talking here Andy Williams. And she's calling him corrupt. As they say, she continues to call him out. Now, does Andy like this? Does he like being called corrupt? Is he afraid of Jenny? Or is it true that he's indeed corrupt? Now, I really want to know. Honestly, I really want to know. And what I want to know is this. Why isn't Minister Williams taking Jenny to court? Take her to court. You need to take her to court. You ain't supposed to be standing up there, Andy Williams, and taking this thing week after week relentlessly. She continues to bombard you and say, you are corrupt. And she's sticking to her guns and listing areas where she knows that you are corrupt. And you're not taking her to court? You like Jenny? Well, no. Jenny is starting to believe that you are undercover NDC. You ain't understand, Jenny? I'm starting to feel like you're undercover NDC. Probably they tell you to say that, so it will bring popularity to Andy. I don't know how a minister can sit down and take all this. And further to that, how can, and listen to this one, how can Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, how can you sit there, sir, and have one of your most senior ministers being called corrupt and you're not doing anything about it? Prime Minister Mitchell, are you also corrupt? So you can't cast the first stone because as the Christ guy say, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So you can't discipline Andy because you are corrupt. Is that the situation, sir? But no, something. Come on, Andy, I'm backing you here. You got to do something. Take Jenny to court. If she lying, take her to court. If you don't take her to court, Andre Donald and the rest of the population have to believe that Jenny Simon is not lying. She's speaking the truth. And if she's speaking the truth, how can we, if what she's saying is true, how can we continue to accept a corrupt minister, not just in government, but a corrupt minister who acts as Prime Minister whenever Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is off island? Well, this is crazy. This is crazy. I heard you this morning in an excerpt on GBN News, Mr. Williams, and you quite rightly pointed out something that is so true. Ministers don't sign contracts. Ministers don't sign contracts. You said that, and I'm like, yes, you get them. Ministers don't sign contracts. But you did not go on, Minister Williams, to say permanent secretaries are the ones who sign contracts, and they sign contracts based on the say-so of the minister. The PS cannot do so and jump up and say, we're going and sign a contract to advertise it Andre Donald. You're crazy? That PS lose their job. Bam! Move them. The PS can only do so based on statements uttered to him or her from the minister, the line minister. So you forgot that piece, Mr. Williams. PSs sign contracts, not ministers. So ministers don't sign contract, but you forget to say that PSs are the ones who sign contract, and they sign the contract based on what? Based on how they are instructed to do so. Do you understand? So that's why I was waiting for your question. I was waiting for your questions in relation to that. But I say straight up, Mr. Williams, good morning to you. You may see this at a later hour, but I suggest you take up Jenny's offer and take her to court. Call Ram Sulahin or Ram Kisuna or Jilawana Singh or whatever. Call one of them as your lawyer. You understand? Call one of them as your lawyer and take Jenny to court. I find no. You ain't supposed to be taking that kind of thing from Jenny. You just every day she calling you. She tantamount to calling you thief. She come very, very close to calling you thief. And that'll good. As a minister, that'll good for you. You just be prime minister riding PM1 and PM2. No, boss. Don't take that. Take her to court. Let her prove it in court. And if she can't prove it, let her pay. Know how she go pay? If she go do so and do hairstyle and thing here to pay money, I don't know how she go do it. But take her to court. You standing up there and you don't doing nothing. You thinking, no, Bridget. Nah, That is not, there's a song which goes like, this is how we do it, baby. This is how we not doing it. This is how we not doing it. Take her to court. If she could jump up and say that about you, and you know it's not true, take her to court. Don't make no tingy with her day, and she feeling well. She could tell you what she want. Take her to court. My next thing I want to do so and say has to do with court again. Jenny, I'm coming at you again. Listen to this one, Jenny. I have some advice for you. Jenny, I find that the new today, them that say anything and everything all the time. And nobody says anything here except that is Judge One Man. I didn't know Judge One does behave. All right, Judge One Man. I think it is time again somebody take on George Worm. And Jenny, I believe you could do that. You must have some lawyer friend. I do a lawyer friend. But you must have some kind of lawyer friend, Jenny. George won't say anything there how you working for somebody paying you $4,000. Jenny will set me up now. It's somebody paying you money to do thing. Well, let somebody pay me too now. I know we kind of good. I mean, I ain't saying we body, kind of thing, but we okay. But if you know, all right, there's somebody calling me there. Let me just tell you. Hold on, they call her coming to you. If you know, Jenny, that you ain't getting paid from nobody or from anybody, take George Rum to court. Somebody has to take him to court and shut MF down and just stop it. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Morning, Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an integrity in public office legislation in Grenada? Integrity in public office.
There's the Integrity Commission, isn't there? There is.
So there's a legislation with respect to the integrity in public office.
Yeah, where people have to declare their assets and yada, whatever. Yeah.
So no, not only about assets.
No, I'm just telling you that is part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So though I understand what you're saying, if someone have evidence of a person of political interest is alleged to corrupt, the person has two options. One, you report the matter to the police, or you report the matter to the integrity in public life. The integrity life. The matter of asking the prime minister and asking the alleged minister to go in court or take the officer to court, Andrew, that will never happen. Why are you asking for that? I mean, something got to be you expect that Caesar gonna try Caesar.
No, Grenada has been known to do strange things.
But Andre, I am telling you, my view is that Jenny should take the matter to the police if she have evidence.
Well, she has said,
but she has said,
yeah, but she has said in one of her podcasts, which is very famous. The podcast is extremely famous by Grenadian standards. She has probably the best or the most viewed and listened to podcast. But she has said that she has submitted the documents to the proper channels. I'm not too sure if that's her quote, her exact words, but she did speak of supplying the information. I think she did speak of that.
So the question is either you go to the police or the integrity in public office, not commission. So you expect, and I think the Prime Minister is listening and the Prime Minister is aware of the allegations. So you expect the officer to sue Jenny. And then the guy went up in the court. And then people can say the information become public. Come on. You should ask for the police intervention in this matter, or the integrity in public officer, and you should demand that matter be dealt there. But the officer will never come forward and say, yes, I was corrupt, yes, I took this. And you think the Prime Minister will come and say, well, my second man was... We don't have that level of integrity in politics in Grenada.
Yeah, but I'm not asking Andy to come forward and say anything. I'm just saying, Andy, tell Jenny to prove what she's saying. That's what I'm
But you
saying,
said
you know.
sue. Why you don't sue?
Say again?
Why you said that why he don't sue her?
Well, yeah, that is why I'm asking him to do so and sue Jenny, because if she,
But Andy, you're not gonna do that.
why you wouldn't do it? It's true then.
So let me ask you that. The
Uh-huh.
money involved is taxpayers' money
The money
or is
in
private money?
I don't know. It is Jenny said, hold on. Jenny said on her programs that the monies were paid to him by the that company, that road company that is led by Mr. Luzon. She's saying that that company paid him X amount of dollars. And she has been saying that since King Hatchet was a hammer. And I'm saying that if you hearing that as a prime minister, if you hearing that one of your most senior members is being accused on a daily basis, well, a weekly basis, of being corrupt, of accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars, now it becomes a situation where you have to do something. Say, hold on, let's take this woman to court. She cannot be doing so and muddying my government.
I really like you. I like you a lot. You know why?
Why you like me?
I really don't. No, I like you because sometimes in all the years living in Grenada, I'm not aware of anybody being taken to court and jail for anything to regards to bribery and corruption. So I don't know.
Well, if you don't have any memory of that, then why are you asking it to be taken to the police? Because if you take it to the police,
No. All I am saying is that I expect that if the Jenny should bring the matter to the police should investigate to see the veracity of that. There is an integrity in public office legislation to deal with corruption in public officers by political people.
all right. But then let me give you another thing here. If Jenny takes the thing to the police and we do not hear anything from the police, then you know what will happen? We gonna start to call our police force corrupt, and I don't want us to do that. So let the Prime Minister and Andy take Jenny to court.
No, Andrew, why are you wasting time? I understand what you're doing, but you're not going to move forward.
Me, I ain't doing nothing.
You have an independent police force and an independent integrity and public office commission. I mean, come on. Talking an allegation outside there means nothing.
But I can only talk. Hold on. I can only talk because I don't have the information that Jenny has.
Okay.
So I could only talk. I could only say, well, hey, if Jenny lying, then what you're leading me as a humble citizen to believe is that Jenny is speaking the truth. Because if after all these months, maybe closer to 2 years, Jenny has been saying that the gentleman, meaning the minister of MIT, is corrupt, that he has accepted money, quote unquote, under the table. She has been saying that relentlessly. Then you having me know to believe what Jenny is saying is true, because you don't do nothing. You're afraid. That's what it is, you know. That's how I feel. So, partner, you're gone? Oh, you're there still. You're right. So you understand me. No, you understand me.
I understand you very much. Very much. But I understand why you're asking. But I have a different view. And I respect your view. However, I don't believe that the politicians today, and in particular, we see it much more evident now, that they pledge allegiance to the Constitution before elections. And after they get in office, they pledge allegiance to the pocket and 1%.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Okay. Thanks for the call, though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I just want to know. He knows, but I just want to know. Take her to court. The hell? And you running up she mouth on you? Take her to court. When you hear good morning to the police high command, before the Carnage Police Headquarters was opened officially, a video appeared on Facebook speaking about this is transformation and that is transformation and that is transformation. That was by Mr. Cohen. Check it out. I don't have it, but I saw it. Now, I will be very, very hesitant. Andre, hush, eh? Hush. Let me just take this other call, eh? Bigger. Morning.
Morning, Andre.
Yeah, man. Talk to me.
I listen to you on that brother there, but I listen to Jenny all the time. But I think Jenny said that she write to the commissioner, not the commissioner, the
integrity.
Life.
Oh, hello.
I think she said, hi.
Yeah, you said she wrote to the integrity.
I listen to Jenny all the time. I think that Jenny said that she write to the
Integrity Commission.
Integrity.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, she said she wrote to them. Because I listen to Jenny all the time.
Okay.
And Jenny been saying that for more than a year now.
Yeah. And
So-
my
so
thing,
if
it's
so
lying,
Jenny's lying.
take her to
If
court.
Jenny's lying.
Take her to court.
Take her to court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she keeps saying it mostly every week. For about a year now, yeah. Yeah, and she's speaking boldly. And
She ain't.
said,
she ain't joking about that.
Take me to court. She said, take me to court. If I'm lying, take me to court. Yeah.
And
The
that
brother must listen to Jenny too. Probably don't listen to Jenny.
Yeah. Because she's saying straight up, take me to court.
Straight up. Take me to court.
You know, and as if they could lock up, you know. I supported that lock up. Once she line, lock up.
And another thing, Andrew. I hear some media personnel trying to criticize Jenny and asking what she going to do. But we have to remember the panel accept Jenny. Right? Them, well, I call them 3 men, youth for change. Only one did the government in the
Yeah.
go youth for change.
That is them.
Youth for change that had a press conference and they accept Jenny. So why that media person is saying that she's not a media person?
Well,
But
my
that
thing
podcaster-
is, let me say this, and let's reason this easier, Bridget. Who is a media person? What makes you a media person? And if you have what is considered to be your own media house, and you head cook and bottle washer, you are a media person in your own right. You're a media person, and there's nothing wrong with a podcaster attending a press conference of anybody. And once that person gets the opportunity to ask a question, they ask the question. And you do not have to be a member. You do not have to be a member of MWAG to be a media person. Because Andre Donald, when this thing was the Grenada Press Association? That's what it was first. I think that's what it was first. They took my $30. Ray Roberts and Troy Garvey took my $30 and registered me. And then the thing evolved. And then when it got to a certain point, I say, you know what? I cannot be a member of MWAG. And the reason why I cannot be a member of MWAG, MWAG operates as a union for workers within the media fraternity. So if I become a member of MWAG and one day they decide to vote me in as the president of MWAG, and one of my staff have a problem with me, how am I going to be sitting on a case like that when it's just, the staff have a problem with me? So I say, you see that? I don't really want to do so and handle this MWAG thing. If the staff want to go and handle MWAG, it is entirely up to them. They have taken the thing that they ain't handling MWAG, and I believe I know why they have done that, because when they see what is being done to Real FM, they have decided, no, I cannot honestly be a member of MWAG when MWAG is observing Callistra. She's the president now, but even the president before that, they sat by and they observed every single thing that was thrown at Real FM, and they said NOCHING. And today they want them to be involved with them. They have to think again. They have to think again.
Yeah.
You understand?
I understand that.
So that is why I ain't bothering.
Before the program start, they sit them and talk and laugh until together before the program start.
Well, that is before she started to give them fire.
Yes.
That is before she started to give them fire.
In America, America have dozens of broadcasters. I don't go on my phone, really. I don't listen to mainstream media in America. I listen to all those broadcasters. Because I find when I listen to the broadcasters, I get in real truth from them. I could understand what they're saying. You understand? So, did this media person want to condemn Jane if I go into that press conference? He's a joke. He's a joke because they upset her.
I have something to say. I don't know if you want to stay on the line and listen or if you want to hang up and listen, but I have something to say that I must say.
Listen.
Right.
I want to listen because sometimes somebody may want to give a call.
Oh, okay. So, right. So, I want to say this. Yeah, blessings. Now, when the NNP was in office, and listen to me very carefully, and then you could, when the program finished, you could go and listen to what I say there again. When the NNP was in office, the lifestyle of Keith Claudius Mitchell was get abandoned. What church he go to? Where he sit down in the church? He think he's God? What food he eat? Where he lime? Where he play domino? All that. He married. He had a woman. He sleeping with a woman. All that. Keith Mitchell life was on the road. More than a road match. Today, we have Prime Minister in office. We don't know if he does go to church. Don't know what church he's going to, and we don't care. We don't say nothing. We don't asking a question. We don't know where he does play domino, if he does play domino, if he does play card. We don't know. And we don't asking a question. We know he don't married. I doesn't speak about children, so I'm leaving that out. I don't speak about politician children. Ordain that thing so. However, when we know that Keith Mitchell, they with this woman, that woman, and the other woman, we don't know And we don't ask any question. Kalisha, morning. We don't ask any question. Who the Prime Minister there with? We're not asking. And it is fair to ask today. It is fair to ask today. For Keith Mitchell, you don't have to ask. You don't have to ask for Keith Mitchell because all of you know who he did with, where he did with, when he did with, all you know that. Do we know who the Prime Minister did it, when he did it, who he did it? Are we aware whether or not the Prime Minister's preference is X or Y? Yeah? No, it's straight up. You see, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So if you wanted to know where Keith Mitchell going on Friday night and which woman going with him or which man going with him, we must want to know the same about Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. Where he going on Friday night, who man going with him or who man going with him. We must want to know same. But no, we treat it hands off. We ain't asking those questions. We're not. You understand? We're not asking those questions. Why aren't we asking those questions? Are we fearful? Are we fearful? Now, back in the day, we never asked those questions about George Brizan, nor Herbert Blaze, nor Ben Jones, and cool. But once you come to today and you started to ask the questions about Keith Claudius Mitchell, so you might name him, once you started to ask those questions about him, then you need to ask the same questions about sexual lifestyle of Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell. I say no more.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada.
Morning, Grenada. We can take a commercial break and come back. Eh?
Get ready, Brooklyn. It's time to bring out the elegance, the class, and, of course, the style. Join us for an unforgettable tea party on Sunday, June 29th at 3 p.m. happening at 535 East 19th Street, right between Newkirk and Ditmas. It's more than just tea. It's laughter, fashion, and fabulous company. Dress to impress because there's a special prize for the best hat among the ladies and the sharpest shoe among the gents. And yes, one of those prizes includes a trip to Grenada. Tickets are only $40, and trust me, this is one summer event you won't want to miss.
Yo, tell them. For
more information, call Gracelyn at 917-582-6406, Denise at 347-538-6827, or Sharon at 516-841-3996. It's tea time with a twist, a flair, and a whole lot of fun.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest. Bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your needs with utmost care. So give us a call today and put your furniture woes to rest. Classic Furniture, where love and luxury is combined to provide the ultimate satisfaction. Call us today on 442-4645. Classic Furniture.
Too often, customers are counted but not valued, like mere numbers, statistics, transactions. But at Flow, we're prioritizing you, our valued customers who have been with us through every milestone, every moment. That's why we're putting our money where your loyalty is. Flow customers claim up to $400 in rewards for smartphones, groceries, and more when you add mobile to your current internet plan. Because loyalty isn't a one-way street. At Flow, loyalty flows both ways.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of colors.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural pride, and the power of radio to amplify voices in Grenada. Woo! Tune in on the spice side, hear the airwaves free. A night for my ignite. On the radio see. Whoa. No sugar-coated lyrics, no fabricated vibe, just the raw truth that flow like Mount Kwakwa Tribe. Ooh. From Grand Ends to St. George, this the people them a shout. Real expression now, I let your heart pour out. Ooh. Oh, microphone to the heavens, the signal strong and clear. Voices of the voiceless, the oppressed, the sincere. Real FM are the vessel, your message fill the air. Speak your truth, Grenada, where your heart there. Real expression, real connection. 91.9, the righteous reflection. From the hills to the harbor, here the...
Today is the first day that I ever give my phone number to any one of you. Serious. Today is the first day that I give my number to any one of you. The messages that I've gotten, oh my God. Agnes is a good thing you're dead, girl. What? Agnes is a good thing you're dead. Yeah, it's a good thing you're dead, Agnes. You would have never want to be a part of all what they're telling me here now. But that's okay. It means that I probably stepped on somebody's corns. Yeah, that's what it means. It means that I probably stepped on somebody's corns. But I say it again, and I say it straight and plain and frank and simple. As straight and frank and simple as this is how I say it. If we were interested in Keith Mitchell's sexual lifestyle, you want to know if he married? You want to know if he had any wife? We want to know who he handing his wife with. We want to know who he's staying with. We want to know that. Cool. Then it is not wrong once we set that standard that way. Once we have set the standard that way, that we could question Keith Mitchell about all those things, then who comes after has to be judged with the same yardstick. So Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell according to Mr. Pierre, blame the pretty journalists for this. So we want to know if you're married or married secretly. As I say, it doesn't involve children in this. Children have a pass by me. Don't interfere in no children. But we want to know if you're married. We want to know, just like how we want to know if Keith Mitchell harming your wife, we want to know if you're harming your wife. Just like we want to know about Keith Mitchell's sexual preferences, whether it be male or female, we want to know the same thing about you too. Don't blame me, blame she. She was the one she started it long before you came on the scene, boss. She didn't realize what was going to happen. She was one of those who thought that Keith Mitchell would have been there forever. She committed a sin up there, that she was thinking that Keith Mitchell would be there forever so she could ask those questions, not realizing that another prime minister would have been in play. So once we want to know all these things, you understand? Once we want to know all these things about one, then we want to know all the things about the other. Once we know Keith Mitchell has played domino on Friday and Saturday and Sunday night, we want to know what the Prime Minister doing on Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. And if we know that Keith Mitchell is to lime in a particular spot on a particular day in the week, we want to know where the Prime Minister's lime at what particular spot on what day in the week. You understand? But watch, when you hear the shoe change, that is where the problem does be. That is where the problem does be when the shoe change. That is where the problem does be. Chameleon say, egg have no right in Rockstone dance. Yeah? The jab coming, the jab go sing it to them. Anything you in hear me say, right out, the jab singing it. The jab start to sing there, they practicing it. The jab start to sing it. You understand? The jab start to sing the tune. You check? So don't worry. Don't lock up Andre. Samson Perry. Call on the line, I'm coming. Samson Perry. You're saying that you feel handy waiting on Keith to take Candy Budlal to court first. Samson, don't let me have to come after you. I say no more and I leave it right there. Don't let me have to come after you. I ain't really feeling like going after people this morning. Good morning, caller. How are you doing?
Good morning. I am blessed to hear your voice this morning. I'm glad to hear how that cool release you and everything. So we just have to give God thanks and praise for you and everything. And who is the true Prime Minister of Grenada, really? This is I don't understand. It is Deacon Mitchell is the Prime Minister of Grenada, and which one? I don't know. I want to find out. Because I really don't know what's going on in Grenada. At my age, I really don't know what is going on in Grenada. You can know when I have to say, well, I don't know if other people just know. when the one that say he's the true prime minister in, I don't know. We don't know when he's out. Is all what we hear going on is everything when I'm looking at the TV, if I could see good, is Andy what it represents.
No. Minister Williams, please.
Yes.
Let's not disrespect at all.
Yes. Minister Andy William. In everything I'm saying, is he that's doing everything? And so I really don't know which one is the true Prime Minister of Grenada. Because as though Honorable Deacon Mitchell, the one that named Prime Minister, he went there just for the name. And I don't see he have do any action. What is his action? What is his status? What is what in Grenada here? He's only, as you say, Minister Andy William. What is in charge of Grenada? I just can't imagine. So
I guess what you want to know, all of us want to know too.
Oh God!
All of us want to know.
Yes, my dear. So
you going? How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. The body in and out. You know when age takes place, how the body does speak.
All
right. But it was good. It was good. So thank God.
Okay, my darling. Take care.
You have a blessed day.
All right.
God
Bye-bye.
bless.
Right. Good. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.realfmgrenada.com. Come to the end of the program for this morning, and you can join me again tomorrow morning, God's will. That would be at 7:30 thereabouts. It's Political Wednesday tomorrow. Get ready for some firebombs coming your way. Most definitely, you better believe that.
Real expression on 919 Real FM. Unfiltered truth, cultural.
I don't say things I can't prove.
To amplify voices in.
You better believe that. Jenny, do you say things that you can't prove? I don't think so, Jenny. Let him take you to court. Hey, friends. 10 o'clock. Man gone.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
Classic front.